Hello, Scrappy Peeps. Suzanna here today for Ellie's Studio to share with you a layout created with the November kit and add-ons. This is the layout. It is a Christmas layout, and it's part of my Breaking Out of the Box series. So I very much have a grid layout here. I just don't have it in a symmetrical grid, and then I have used the photos at the bottom to sort of break up that grid per se. So you can see I have a 4x6 photo. That is the top photo, and then I have three 3x4 photos. The 3x4 photos have a white border around them. And I am now, I have pulled the Christmas / red and green elements from the kit. And you can see how I've created that grid there. I am using some of the paper from the paper stack in order to create a header and a footer for this layout. I'm creating on a white background, but I feel like I need shots of bold color for contrast, and so I'm going to have the red up the top and the green down the bottom. I also feel like the green down the bottom, that footer there, it grounds the page. You don't have things that just kind of fall off the page, which is a large part of why I use headers and footers. So no 12x12 paper available, easy, just piece it together because it is a 6x8 pad, so you know that it's going to take 8 + 4, right, pieces of that. So this ends up being an absolute fluke here that I am able to align these so that the 4x6 card that is going to go down the bottom actually fits perfectly. I don't know, I mean, if I was using my logical brain, I would have known that, but literally this is fluke that this happens. So you can see the grid that is being formed here, and then these are the 3x4 photos that are overlapping that green border and just breaking up the grid, making it less rigid. So this is another one of the 3x4 pocket cards. I am going to cut it up for a bold shot of green as a ephemera piece. I also am going to cut that red label at the bottom there. There are plenty of labels this month, but you know me. I love my labels, especially my LA Studios labels. Just there's such color variety, and so I am going to go ahead and save that. And I will actually use this on this layout as well. I thought I was going to, you can see there, initially use it underneath the tree just as it is because I like that red and how it breaks it up, but I don't end up doing that. So a scrap piece you can see from ages ago, that was a heart. I want to say that that wasn't even this February, it was last February, or it would have been January's kit. But I want a little bit of green, that's not green, Susanna, that's gray. I want a little bit of gray to break up that solid header there. So see how that, it's almost like an eaves of the house, sort of like where we're doing our decorating. So I love that look that it gives to just break things up, and then with the I'm going to call it stamp edge punch. It creates the scallop sort of edge. It creates a nice break in, again, that rigid grid of straight lines. So these are the November labels, and I like that I can add a little bit more green and red and gray to the layout, but not have them be such dominant colors. So and again, I need to have shots of those bolder colors, that green and that red, to tie everything together so that you're not just looking at the top of the page and the bottom of the page at the header and the footer there. So I'm layering up labels, some of them from the die cuts from the kit, some of them from the labels from the November labels themselves. And then some of these elements are actually stickers from the frame stickers. I'm not actually using any of the frames themselves, but there are some great ephemera pieces and decorative pieces that you can use as well. So that is what I'm doing here. Also available this month are the labels, ledgers, and tabs die cuts. Again, a favorite of mine because who doesn't love labels? And I use them all over the place more as decorative elements. They don't always have to serve as a function. They don't have to house a date or journaling or anything like that. Sometimes just having them as decorative pieces, and color is critical in my design elements. So I want to pop up the tree just to give a little bit of dimension to the page here. If I wanted to go a step further, I could have taken you could have taken an ink pad and added some color to that. You could have taken a marker and created some garland. I probably could have even this is me thinking on the fly as I'm talking, taken some of those lovely gold stickers, the gold heart stickers, and decorated it. But I'm going to use one of the gold stars as the top of the tree and just leave the tree as it is, because I like that shot, that bold shot of green. If I were to have decorated the tree, it would have changed up the boldness and the contrast that adds to the page there. So you can see it's a very busy page. But I have white space to fill in, and I have white space to preserve. Those of you who know me know I like my white space. And I feel like some of the white space is trapped space, so I need to put things there in order to provide a cohesive whole to this. So this little phrase, it says it's the happiest season of all. I'm also going to pop up, and again, because it's that bold shot of red that will then take your eye away from just the top and the bottom of the page. So you can see how it's a more cohesive look and not just your eye moving along the top and then your eye moving along the bottom. So little elements from the die cuts, you can see I use that speech bubble that says joy. There's the green one that says love that will also go on there. I will tell you off camera is when I'm going to put the title on this, and the title is New Wreath and Garland. That's going to go in that white space to the right of that green 3x4 pocket card there. I am going to journal. And again, I do that off camera, and I'm going to journal within the Deck the Halls card and then within the green card, and come down to the happiness and cheer, that red card there. Pardon me. I will continue my journaling underneath that as well. So these are stickers that I'm using from, as I said, the frame stickers before. I love that little shot of red. So you can see all of the red horizontals and how that just pulls everything together. I don't have my usual trio, my visual triangle, although there are 3 of the gold sticker elements from the kit, and in a way that could be it, but I don't really need it because of the grid and the way I've got the shots of bold contrast in the layout here. So you can see me fight with this pink sticker here. I think this is probably about the 3rd time I've pulled it out to try to figure out where it's going to go in the layout. And it does sit there, but I am once again going to move it. So I've now got the stamps. These are the holiday fun stamps. If you go over to my reels on Instagram, you can see how I used them to do a fun sort of grid card with one of this month's grid journaling cards. No need for the grid journaling card here because I really have that grid card already in that happiness and cheer 4x6 that I'm really just using the right half of there. So I'm going to stamp in black, and I'm stamping in black again because I want the contrast. I've got tons of red and green and hues of that, so with the pink and then the mint green. So the black is a nice contrast. And again, they're just words sprinkled throughout the page for just a little bit more visual interest to the page. So back to the title, I am going to use the Jane Alpha outline stamp, and I believe it's the regular size one. And then I'm going to use some of the red and green Puffy Alphas. They are not included in the kit or the add-ons this month. Those are from my stash that I've used previously. And that's going to be the title that says New Wreath and Garland. And that is going to wrap up the layout itself. I need to apologize to you again. I still haven't figured out getting my camera overhead. And when I remove my phone, I use my iPhone, an old iPhone. It changes the alignment of the camera in the tripod in the selfie stick. And so it's something I'm going to struggle with, and it's going to be what it is. So have you decorated yet? When do you guys all put all your Christmas decorations up? We have not. This is from last year. We're getting close though. We got Thanksgiving first. I love Thanksgiving. I host Thanksgiving. That's my holiday. So we usually put the decorations up after Thanksgiving so that my family who come can enjoy just Thanksgiving and not be inundated with Christmas. So that's when we put ours up. I'd love to know when you put yours up, if you want to leave that in the description box down below. If you have any questions about anything I've done, please don't hesitate to leave those in the box down below. Enjoy the close-ups. Thanks for stopping in today. Come back again soon. Take care.